Odd. Didn't used to be this overgrown. I can take care of that if you want. I'm always telling visitors we're not as crazy as they've heard.
Stand back.
I got a bad feeling about whatever that bear is.
One for you!
That's a bad way to go.
Who's ready for more?
It's almost like the brambles are trying to crush that house. Where did all these brambles come from? And so quickly. Zombies. They don't usually venture over here. I wonder what's getting them riled up.
Where's my mark? Let's see what you got. On your right.
Something here feels off.
Coming in hot.
Hey! Over here! Let me catch my breath.
Nice!
The scourge invades. Claw it out. It breathes. It is close.
That's the claviger. What happened?
Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the band. We'll talk after. Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the band. We'll talk after.
You're mine now. Let's see what you got.
you monstrosity! Well done!
What happened to that bear?
Poor bastard. One of Ludwine's toy soldiers. I never even learned their name. Not the... Oh, my savior. Oh, thank the gods. Your arrival couldn't have been more timely. Well, the Clavager and I were investigating a disturbance, but sadly, it got the better of us.
Eamon was no stranger to disturbances, inside or outside the city walls. I never would have expected him to be caught off guard.
Ambassador Falchion Heelguard at your service, and you must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say. Keep it close until we're back at the embassy. I prefer to take bad news in the comfort of my office. Aren't you going to introduce me to your capable companion? Can he be trusted? I found it pays to be prudent about the company you keep in Paradise. The Empire doesn't have many friends on these shores.
Hey, not with that attitude.
I'm charmed. I take it you had business with the Clavager? Poor fellow. It was the bear that killed him, of course. This wilderness has been a little too wild of late. I don't appreciate extortion tactics from the Emperor's envoy. Take it, and let us not speak of this again. We heard alarming reports of a blight in the wilderness, and a strange corruption moving toward the city. The changes in the ecosystem are expected, but this one was progressing too rapidly to ignore. We tracked the corruption all the way here, but all we found was that creature gone mad. The situation is more dire than I imagined. We need a plan of action before whatever this is consumes the living lands.
We are here. Come to us. Commune with us. We have waited for you. Come.
What's the matter? Can you hear me? But you... Very well, if you say so. The Emperor trusts your judgment, and so do I. Whatever you think is best, I'll support it. You know something of our troubles. That much is clear. What would you have us do? trust your instincts. Let me know how I can help. Oh, just be careful. The Emperor would never forgive me if anything happened to you.
Take it slow. We'll be right here.
What am I hitting?
Worse than rust!
Or whatever you have planned, I suggest you do it.
It is you. Come closer. We feared you were but a dream. We wake from seasons of slumber. We have been waiting. A colony of insects. The many united by one purpose. Mycelia twining through the loam, taking and giving in equal measure. We are the ache in the land, the roots that run deep. And you are familiar to us. Our memories are fractured, but you too are alone in your strangeness. Godlike. This term means nothing to us. But why would you belong to another, shackled to their will? Shackled like us to rot and corruption. It spreads and festers and seeps and crawls. Poor bear. Poor us. Poor you. Yes, the air sings with its spores. It is everywhere. We can feel it. We fear it. We can see where it spreads. It is an infection. A foreign body invades. The host fights back. We feel the pain of this intrusion. It overwhelms us. If an animal sickens after a fight, as it howls and sings its agony, what do you do? Nurse it, care for it, grow it like the vines. We were loved once, perhaps. We remember, almost. A thought, like motion in the water. The rot festers. We could suck the poison out, let green things grow in its place, and we could give you the gift of our healing touch. But a favor for a favor. Would you help us in return when we ask it? We offer you the power to heal and be healed, and you would wheedle and bargain? Decide, do you wish this power or not? A favor for a favor then. This place shall heal, and you shall know our power. We tire. New again this world, new again words. We will find you soon.
Incredible. Envoy, I don't know what you did, but that was miraculous.
You all right? You look like you were in a trance for several minutes.
What happened? What can you recall? Spare no detail. I believe the guards worked through you, Envoy. Though, as usual, they hide their motives.
And they're in good company, it seems.
Inquisitor Ludwig will need to hear of this. I've agreed to share my findings with the Steel Garrote, as long as they do the same. Not that she has any interest in ecology. Ludwig is obsessed with our security, sees enemies lurking around every corner. The Steel Garrote provide us some much-needed protection, but they answer only to themselves. We have our interest in the living lands, and they have theirs. A mutually beneficial arrangement. Stay out of their way, and they'll return the favor. Ah, you're going to be troublesome, aren't you? At least you're on our side. We'll talk more at the embassy. I'll ensure the Paradise militia give you free passage into the city. Ah, Envoy, what you've done here is truly amazing. Let's keep up the good work, eh?
Just watch your step. There are swaths of the city barely more civilized than this. Whatever the Inquisitor's like, she can't be worse than that bear. Can she? You are full of surprises, Envoy. I'd heard godlights have strange powers, but I've never known one to heal an entire grove. Guess your Emperor really did send the right person for the job, huh? Still, you have your work cut out for your parodies. Enjoy the calm while you can.
The path to Paradise is a tad overgrown, but I can find my way back.
Hilgard doesn't seem like the kind of man you'd send to the frontier, does he? Nice work. That'll help against whatever we face out there. Anyway, Hilgard doesn't seem like the kind of man you'd send to the frontier, does he? You seem much better suited to it. Something on your mind? This is a far cry from the feasts and featherbeds you must be used to. It's the gateway to the Living Lands, a scenic port city that's as beautiful and dangerous as the wilds around it. Most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarrock, a back alley shakedown, and then the sudden return of that porridge out of one end or the other. Then, if they've got any sense, they turn around and take their chances back where they came from, with authentic tales of their adventures in the Living Lands. It also has a reputation for making corpses out of people. These days, we have a few more would-be adventurers trying to leave their mark on the place. The Living Lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle here. But first, you've got to survive it. And the island gives no quarter. The folks who say that either last the longest or the shortest. For a lot of people, the Living Lands is a last resort. They come fleeing war, debt, famine, the law. Take your pick. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a way you can't, maybe even on pain of death wherever you come from. Little of everything. Rawatai is famous for storms and rocky soil, so I figured if I'm going to live in a hostile environment, why not pick some place where things grow? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Used to be, if you could last out here, you could count on being left alone. That's what some fear. Hilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Stilgarrote smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every Adiran who sneezes into somebody's stew. I'll be here if you need me.